You wouldn't expect our kids to know Joe Tunney the way they know Joe Tunney.
Right.
Because they were just little kids, but he's sort of been a part of the family because whenever we know that he's up on the ladder now.
Yeah. He's coming down a lot of logs.
But even when we do this, when I first met the guys from American Design and Build, they were just a contractor that would come in and do work for us. And after the first job, I realized that these guys would be somebody I'd use for the rest of my life. American Design and Build did their first job for us, replacing all of our windows. I had friends come to me and they wanted to know who did our windows. And naturally I said, call American Design and Build. They did a perfect job for us.
At my dining room table 20 years ago, I was convinced that if we took care of our customers, they would take care of us in the way of referrals and repeat projects. They would have us back. And 20 years later, it proved to be true.
It's just perfect. That's why we keep on going back, because, you know, we're not left hanging, we're not left in the dark. You know, he takes care of things and he backs everything up 100%.
American Design and Build is a full service remodeling company, but that's not what the intention had been. In other words, the intention had been that we would be a window, door, and siding company. But then what would happen is customers would call us up and say, hey, you know, I was really happy with when you did my windows. Do you guys do kitchens, bathrooms, room additions, sunrooms? To me, that's a great testament to us because those are obviously much larger projects. But I really think they start with the windows.
Joe put our windows in and did a perfect job. Why would I not call him to do, hey, can you check on my siding? Is it something you do? This room started out as a screened-in porch. We used it for, you know, eating crabs, eating outside and with a breeze. And we found that we needed more room for our families, so we contacted American Design and Build and asked them to come out and give us some ideas to get more use out of it for, you know, 4 seasons instead of 1 season. And, you know, this porch being a sunroom in the beginning, just a screened-in porch, there's some imperfections in it, and there had to be a little bit of imagination to make it what it is today. Knowing Joe, I knew that I could trust that he would do this right. And if you look around, it's perfect.
We're funny people. If you make somebody unhappy, they go out of their way to tell a dozen people just how bad you are. You make somebody happy and they might tell one person. Our position is you nurture that customer, you do what you say you're gonna do, you take care of them, you do all the extras and continue to do them, not from the standpoint of trying to create referrals and repeat customers, but that'll just come naturally.
We've probably hired American Design and Build for 8 or 9 of our projects here at our own home, referred them to better than 30 of our own friends.
The very first referral after our job was done was to my parents. It went from them to my grandparents, who also made a purchase, and then it went to my sister and brother-in-law, 3 or 4 neighbors in our neighborhood. It also went back to my parents' neighborhood with 3 or 4 neighbors in their neighborhood.
It's a good feeling to be able to tell somebody that you can count on this company and them come through with it.
It's all about trust. And that's where I think American Design and Build really shines, is that we have grandparents referring us to their grandchildren, children referring us to their parents. It's all about trusting their decision and what they've come to know and expect from American Design and Build. It centers around trust.
How many times have you made a phone call to a contractor and never got a phone call back? How many times have you had a contractor say, I'll be there and never show? I have never had this situation with American Design and Build.
Never.
Joe comes out or one of his guys come out, what they say they're gonna do is what they do. Never an issue. You're never guessing at what time you should be there because you don't know when they're gonna be there. They're there when they say they're gonna be there. 20 years ago, American Design and Build was just a company that did a job for us. Here it is now, 20 years later, I'm still using them, and everything they do I can trust to be done. I don't have to question their work and I don't have to look over the work. I know when they do it, it's done and it's done right with no problems.